to episode 106 of the Hoop Threads podcast. Here with another prospect spotlight with Acaden Lewis, 2025 guard Sidwell friends, as well as Team Durant. Acaden, how's it going, brother?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Man, I've been following you, I think, since sixth grade, maybe seventh
Yeah,
grade.
it's been a
When you
while
was
now. Yeah.
when you was a short, chunky little point guard, man. It's definitely been cool to see your development along the years. So let's get into it. So the warm up. What's the best sports drink?
Um, I'll probably go either Body Armor or Gatorade. Gatorade probably. Gatorade.
Okay. Uh, PS5, Xbox, or PC?
P5.
Best basketball shoe and best non-hooping shoe.
Kobe's and then non-hooping. Probably New Balances.
Interesting. Okay. That's definitely DC in you for sure. So take me through if you're cooking the meal. So the best entree, appetizer, dessert, and drink that you can put together.
Some type of pasta. I'm a little bit Italian from my mom's side, so some type of pasta. I like fettuccine a lot. So probably some like fettuccine. Entree, fries, like some sliders. I'm like a big I like burgers, like finger food, probably some wings or something. Dessert, probably like chocolate fudge cake or something like that, like something chocolatey. And then what was the last one? It was
Drink, like your favorite drink.
like a lemonade. Yeah.
Okay. Got you. That's good stuff, man. What's the favorite basketball environment that you like to play in other than your home court?
Anything hostile.
Okay.
Yeah. No, no.
AAU or high school. What's the lore behind your fake game-winning shot?
What you talking about?
Hugo said that y'all would know what I'm talking about with that. I guess what if game's on the line, what type of shot you taking?
Oh, and what would I take? Probably something a little like extravagant. Like I try to do something cool. Like I don't know what I do, but I try to make it look cool.
Okay. And then tell me about your first dunk.
Um, First dunk. My first dunk was my this is freshman year. I was with Donovan Freeman, and he was like just like teaching me how to dunk basically because I couldn't really jump like that. Like I wasn't very athletic freshman year, and I
Yeah.
remember I did it one time. I couldn't do it again until like the next year, so it was cool that little one time.
Okay. And the last fun question. Your mom is a pretty famous DJ. What's the artist that you'll play and she'll take the aux cord back from you?
Um, she's not like the biggest fan of Rio the Young OG, but I try not to play that because it's kind of wild, and that's my mother, so I try not to play wild stuff.
I got you. Okay. All right. Let's get into the nitty gritty here. Who do you model your game after?
I really didn't model after anybody. I just kind of tried to become multifaceted with like everything I could do. Just want to do as much as I could on the court. But as I've grown, I started to watch more NBA and just more college. I like a couple guys like Mark Sears from Bama,
Hmm.
Jalen Brunson, Shea was in the league, and then I like Luca as well. So probably those four if I had to say somebody now.
So, talking about strengths and weaknesses, I'm just going to kind of assess your game, and you let me know what your thoughts are on that. Obviously, been a bucket for quite some time. Can kind of get to it, going either way, pull up, jump shot. You can kind of score from all three levels, kind of off the bounce. Pretty good finishing bag around the basket. I think defensively, you made some strides at Sidwell for sure. Focused on that end of the floor. I know that that's been a priority for, you and for Coach Singh. And honestly, I think. Like I kind of called you a combo guard until I started to see some of the passing reads that you were making. It said, well, I think the first time was at DC Live against it was either Gonzaga or John Marshall. And you had a left-handed underhand pass that went the full length of the court, hit your guy in stride. He scored the layup. And I really think that you've worked on that part of your game. I think getting a little bit more bouncy and then kind of getting in passing lanes are the two kind of areas of growth that I see kind of for your game. So what do you think that's a fair assessment? Anything I missed?
I definitely do agree. I think with the passing, wasn't a couldn't pass, but I feel like the game's starting to slow down a little bit.
Hmm.
So I can see the reads a little like a step ahead, two steps ahead. So it makes it easier to make these passes. But defensively, yeah, I agree. Definitely got to be a little more active.
Yeah, gotcha. And that all comes with time, comes with reads. And Coach Singh definitely teaches that at a pretty high level. How do you prepare for each game day, like the day of? What's kind of your routine? What do you go through?
I'm not much of a breakfast guy, but I usually try to get like some fruit, grains, or there's bread, usually bread, potatoes, something like that. I always have to be up at least 3 hours before my game. So if we play at 8, like I'll be up at 5. Take a shower. Nothing else really, just listen to music. I like to be alone um before we really get on the court. So like if we'll stretch the team and then I'll go do my own little thing for a couple minutes before we all go back on the court.
Okay, gotcha. So more of like a mellow approach, as far as the music and just kind of mindset. Got you. Okay. Um, I think it was really impactful. I think it's really worked out for you too when you transferred to Sidwell and reclass. Talk about what went into that decision and how that's paid dividends, in your recruitment and just your development as a basketball player.
I think my biggest weakness was what I kind of just mentioned, like the game didn't really slow down for me. Even in Mello and St. John's, everything was really fast. WCSC basketball is amazing, a lot of really talented guys with it, but it's really quick, like it's real similar to AAU in a way, comparative to Sidwell, so it's a lot slower. It makes you play in the half court, makes you think the game, get stops, really lead your team. So I feel like I was already pretty skilled. I also grew a couple inches, and that definitely helps when you go from 6 foot 5'11" maybe to 6'3".
Mm.
So me just growing as a point guard, Sing challenging me every day, him and Mike Powell and the rest of the staff. I think it's just paid great dividends to my game, and really thankful to them for that.
Mhm. Talk about a time that you face adversity and the tools that you used to navigate through that time period.
Probably everything going up until until the transfer really. I never really had everything like on a string. E16's AAU was probably my most dominant time, and I still wasn't playing very well. Back then, I thought I was solid, but I was really inefficient. Over dribbled a lot. I didn't make the right reads. People didn't like playing with me. That's when I would say I was more of a two, maybe combo, just that had the ball a lot. And earlier in my career, like seventh, eighth grade, I was cut from every team, so like, I didn't really have a team until Melo came in contact with me in eighth grade. So I didn't, it wasn't really sweet coming up. So now I'm really thankful that anybody can see my growth and just, let me lead their team.
Your father's been a driving force for you. He's been a big believer in you. He's definitely pushed you. A lot of wind sprints, a lot of workouts when I'm sure that you did not want to do them early morning and during the summer and stuff like that. Talk about his impact on your development.
He has me working like a pro, he's been around basketball, great basketball mind. So, he's instilled some good habits in me. He's the reason I can use both hands. I work with a lot of trainers with that, but when I was like 7, 8 outside, he had me use my right hand. Um, I'm actually right-handed, which a lot of people don't really know, but yeah, I'm using both hands, throwing passes that I couldn't throw back then, but the more you rep it out, and get used to it, you can start to do it. So really, really thankful for him, everything he's done.
Tell me about your gym schedule. What parts of your game have you been working on the most? Kind of what have you added since the high school season ended?
I think my bag is where it needs to be. Like if I need to pull something out, I can be crafty. Right now it's working on being more efficient, making quicker reads, getting the ball where it needs to be. Making sure I stay real unselfish. I think that's the best thing about me right now. I'm cool letting my guys rock out first and, picking my spots. But yeah, I'll probably say efficiency. Just shooting the ball at a higher clip. I'm not the best shooter from three. I'm not the worst either. I'd say I'm pretty average. So want to get that to a higher clip. And then, yeah, defensively, want to be more of a pest, get some more steals. Just annoy offensive players.
Mm. Yeah, that's big time, man. And as a scorer, you know exactly what type of things defenders do that literally get underneath your skin or bother you. So I'm sure that you can kind of use that going forward. What do you do that you think makes you stand out from the competition, and how will you contribute to winning at the college level?
I think just unselfishness, a lot of freshmen want a lot. They want the ball a lot. They want to be on the ball. They want to shoot a lot. And, I learned last year with Cam Gillis. I think I'm really grateful for him because I learned how to play as like it can be 2 point guards on the court. So it doesn't deter me. The other guards to be older than me. I know the transfer portal thing's ending. With like 6 years and all that. When I get there to be over, but there's still possibly be juniors and seniors ahead of me, which I can learn from. So hopefully I could pick some stuff up from them. And I think I'll be a hell of a college player once I get it all figured out.
Yeah, and I think it was really good for your development too, playing with Gillis, because you were really able to kind of play off the ball at spots, but then when he went to the bench, you were kind of running the offense, creating, dictating flow and stuff like that. So I think that really will pay dividends down the line, going into next year. Tell me a part of your game that you feel like flies under the radar or is kind of undervalued.
I would say my passing, but I feel like that's starting to get noticed a little more. So I probably go with leadership. I haven't always been the most vocal. I definitely like grew into that role, mostly at Sidwell and last summer on 17's Durant. But just like how vocal I've been in my IQ, like I'm kind of like running teams. And I appreciate my coaches letting me run my team, like Wayne saying they're letting me run my team. They're letting me call the plays. They're listening to my suggestions. And they'll overrule me sometimes, of course, because they see the court better than I do sometimes. But them really letting me grow in that aspect has really helped me.
Got you. So, you are a high level scorer. The ball is in your hands a lot of the time. Sometimes there's, people have thoughts about your game that aren't necessarily accurate. They think you're a pretty boy. They think, you're just a scorer. You just care about flash and stats over winning. That you don't have like that competitive drive in you, and that you don't put winning first. You don't care about the defensive end. Talk about your response to those type of people and that type of energy.
I just don't think they really watch me play, like that's like the Sidwell season we just finished up. Maybe off past games you could have seen that maybe like last year or maybe the year before that. I feel like in this area a lot of people hold agendas against me. Just like they've seen me play, but they haven't seen me as of recently. And I feel no way towards them. If that's what they see, that's what they see. Everybody can have their own opinion of someone and how they play. So yeah, I'm fine with it. Gonna keep working, keep hooping, and hopefully I can create some believers.
There you go. What parts of the floor do you feel like you're the most comfortable right now, and then kind of the least comfortable? Some areas of like specific spots on the floor that you feel that you need to work on being more comfortable in.
I'm really comfortable in the ball screen. Ball screen and like open floor. I could use my craftiness. Been really good with probing this whole year, just probing, letting stuff come to me. A point where I don't feel comfortable is where do I not feel I don't
May-
know.
Maybe the corner, dribble pickups, maybe just cross half court, anywhere? No.
Maybe the mid-range area. Um, I don't have much in between. It's usually either floater, layup, or three. So mid-range, I could definitely start to. I can use that touch I have to get a couple more shots in that area for sure.
Okay. Rank these three from most important to least important, just kind of relatively speaking. Game-winning assist, game-winning basket, game-winning defensive stop.
Game-winning assists will probably be one. Stop would be two, and then basket will probably be three.
All right. This next question is kind of talking about like who you are as a person, Caden Lewis kind of on and off the basketball court. What do you value? Is it honesty? Is it work ethic? Is it leading by example? Truth telling, chatter, kind of being a loud, active leader. What are some things that are you really value and are really important to you, kind of building that bond and trust when it comes to coaching staff and teammates?
I would say consistency, acting the same way every time I see you. Everybody makes mistakes, we're all human, but if you can stay consistent, show that you really have care for me and I have care for you, I think it creates a mutual agreement between two people that, is hard to break. Another thing is honesty, tell me when I'm messing up, I'll tell you when you're messing up. And I think that goes hand in hand with the consistency point I just made. So I would say consistency is like the main thing.
Okay. We won't go too deep into the weeds with recruiting. People can look up your offers and see kind of what you have there. Talk about some criteria that you have for colleges as far as style of play, the type of coaching that you feel like you respond to the most, offensively, defensively, public school, big school, small school, close to home, far away. Kind of talk about what some of the things that you're looking for as you narrow down your choices here.
Location doesn't matter. I can be far, it could be close, it could be city, it could be suburbs, it could be country. I don't really think that matters too much. College is a realm of its own, so I think I could do well wherever. Play wise, I think I could play with anything now. If you want me to play fast and in space, I can do that. I can also slow it down, play in the half court. So play style, I think I can do both. Would I say a better one? Maybe. But I can definitely do both. And then coaches wise, I want a players coach. I like a coach that like kind of yells a little bit, like gets in me when I'm messing up. I'm
Yeah.
not much of like a positive energy guy. You build me up. You don't really build me up with positive energy. Kind of gotta like tear me down a little bit, like you're BS and blah blah blah. That usually works for me a lot better. I respond to that. I like being challenged, so I would definitely say I need a coach that's a little more rah rah.
Okay. Tell me about your interests and hobbies off the court. And if basketball didn't work out for you, say, God forbid you had a career-ending injury tomorrow, what would your plan be?
I like riding bikes. I also just like giving back, hanging out with kids, stuff like that. So, I could definitely see myself going to work with like nonprofits and stuff like that, using my social media engagement and just things that I've gotten from basketball, my like persona to other people, and using that to help others, like maybe doing camps, stuff like that. I'm already exploring my own nonprofit organization. So,
Mm.
just trying to give back as much as I can. And then yeah, that's basically it.
Who's your favorite individual matchup? Could be AAU or could be high school. I need some smoke.
That I have.
Yeah,
That I've played already.
yeah. Just a guy you like playing against.
Who I play against a lot. I wouldn't say it's like a specific person, but I like playing like other guards on the East Coast. Just like in general. Like yeah, I just like playing East Coast guards. The West Coast guys are nice, but like it's just different when you play like other kids in the East Coast, you don't get to play too much. Like an EYBL, like expressions, Rens, like all those guards, they really get after it. So
Okay.
like New York, Jersey guards, like I like playing them.
What has been your happiest moment on a basketball court so far?
Um, favorite moment. I used to like play 1-on-1 with Nick Lewis, like when we were like really young. At like his like the rec by his old house. I that just really stuck out to me. Like I remember doing that. That was really fun. That was like when I was really like first getting into basketball, and I
Mm.
wasn't very good. And like Nick was like a guy back then. Like he was killing people in like fourth grade. So I remember that was like really fun. Yeah. So that was probably my best moment on the court.
Man, I love the throwback pictures that your dad has of Nick with his little faux hawk. You got the baby fro going on. All
Yeah.
right, man. Two more questions. What sets the DMV apart from other hotbeds across the country?
I think it's so much elite talent. Like I think it's so much that like others get lost. Like there's some really good guys that come out here, like T Perk, for example, is a great guy. Like Tyler Perkins, he just transferred up to Nova, and he was kind of under the radar. He actually played for TTO National, which is like somewhat like you could say like the B team for Takeover, and he's the guy going like Nova. So I think it's just so much talent. And it's hard to like pick guys, and there's so many guys over here coming out that are just so good at basketball. So it just creates a crazy culture.
And just like you said, man, y'all been playing against each other since fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade.
Yeah.
There is a lot of continuity for sure in this area. All right, man. Last question. Really appreciate your time today. What is your why? Why do you play the game of basketball? Why do you train so hard at it? Why do you sacrifice, so much stuff off the court? What makes this game so important to you? Kind of what is your why?
One is definitely family. For everything I'm putting in, my dad he's scheduling workouts, he's getting me to workouts, using his gas money, his hard-earned money. Same thing with my mom. She's using her money, giving her time. letting me drive her car and making sure I'm always where I gotta be. Like I know my mom has missed gigs, my dad's been late to work, he's had problems because he's trying to get me to workouts and all that. So, I want to repay that favor to them. Uh, it's also just like a memory thing, like I've created so many memories and there's so many open doors because of basketball for me. So, it's really a blessing that out of a million, 2 million kids, like I'm one of the, I'm a high major prospect, like that's really a blessing in itself. And then three, just for me, like just to prove that I can take a career path and take it far, Not a lot of people would have thought I would have been here if you'd asked a couple years ago. So it's also nice to just, shut some people up sometimes, that's always a good feeling.
100%, man. And, we were talking about it off air. I know it's not really something that you value a ton, but, there are not 190, 85 players in this country better than you. And I definitely look forward to you kind of, proving some of those people wrong, this spring and summer heading into your senior year. So really appreciate the time. Look forward to following you the rest of your career, man.
For sure, appreciate you.